All right, hey guys, welcome in today. Today I got a little video for you guys. So this project is going to be the exploding person. I've done an exploding name project that I can show you some pictures of that turned out really cool. But I want to incorporate more of a person into that. So as weird as it sounds, or as awesome as it sounds, you are going to explode yourself on your folders this year. So I got a little video for you guys on making a person that is not a stick person. No more stick people. I'm trying to get kids probably about first or second grade to get away from stick people, to make them a little bit more realistic. I always say to kind of blow up your, even though it sounds kind of funny, to kind of blow up like a balloon, your stick person, just to give them a little bit of thickness, because we know on our arms and our legs and our bodies, they're not just a line, it actually has two sides to their to all of your features when you guys go in. So it's gonna be a little bit more challenging than a stick person, but I think you guys will really like it. One of the ways I got this and started this project is doing it from Art Hub for Kids. That's one of my inspirations, and an awesome channel as well. I'll put in the description below a link to theirs, because they really have some really good videos. So they kind of inspire me to do some cool videos also. So this person, like I said, is going to be a little bit more challenging than a stick person, but I think you guys will be able to handle it though. Let's get started. So for the head, what I'm gonna do for the head is kind of like start on your paper. I'm gonna go in pencil here first, like I always tell you guys to start in pencil, just in case you make a mistake. So I'm gonna do a little demonstration on that, kind of, I guess like a big U, you could say. Start it out like that. And then for the eyes, let's jump right into the eyes. You wanna do almost like football shapes. So I'll kind of start with an arch on each side, start with an arch on each side, and then that arch kind of matching on the bottom, matching on the bottom, and then you can kind of fill in your circles. If you want to leave a little white, sometimes you'll leave a little bit of white in there. Go around in your circle. In there. So you got your eyes. You can always add more features as my kids start getting better and better onto doing facial features, and the more detail, as I always tell you guys, the more detail the better. You can do that kind of line above, you can do eyelashes, you can do eyebrows, but I'm just going to keep it really basic for that. So there's your eyes. For noses, noses are probably one of the most challenging things that I talk about, because they actually stick out. They're kind of 3D on there. So I start out with two lines, kind of a little bit curvy. Two lines, kind of curvy in the middle, have a little bit of a bend to it, and then I go almost like parentheses, one parenthesis, two parentheses, so a little curve, and then upside down U, and that kind of is the nose in the middle. Looks like it's kind of staring at you right now. For mouth, you can do mouths kind of however you want. If you want to make it almost like a smiley face, I always do it kind of open, so you can do kind of your U shape and then have another kind of U coming under that if you want them to have their mouth kind of open a little bit. Some people put the little corner cheeks onto there, so you can do that. You don't have to put teeth or tongue or anything on there. You can just leave it like that if you want, but obviously you could add a little bit more detail. Some people do kind of a little arch line in there with a line, then it kind of looks like your tongue sticking out there. For hair, hair you can do many ways, however you think that your hair. For girls, sometimes it has kind of a little part on there, so it'll kind of go from one side to the other, and then it kind of arches down on each side. So I'll give you some ideas for different hairstyles that you can do for girls, for boys. What I'm gonna do is kind of like that I have some days, so I'll do kind of a curvy kind of line at the top, and that's kind of the bottom of the hair, and then I'll do kind of a line on the side, line on each side, which kind of looks like antennas kind of sticking up on there, and then I'll do kind of the top line onto that. If you want to put a couple lines in there, sometimes my hair is kind of combed down, so you can put kind of some lines in there. And then for ears, it's kind of almost like a C, but I always tell the kids kind of like a skinny C or a backwards C, and then a regular C on this side. And then I always have them add a little bit of a neck You don't want it to be like a giraffe neck, like this big as my pencil. You want it to be a little bit thicker on that side. So we got the head, looks awesome. We got almost like a little flat top here, but you could have spiky hair, you could have any kind of hair. Girls, you could have longer hair or shorter hair. And then I do my little t-shirt line, another little U onto there. He's getting there. And then if you want to do one t-shirt out to the side, the other arm out to the side there. Looks like he's already starting to kind of have some shoulders. And then I kind of do the other side. So I kind of almost match the top with the bottom. It's like a curvy line on that side, curvy line on this side. This one kind of curves this way. This one kind of curves this way. And then that's kind of his shoulders. And then if you want to connect that line, that's kind of the t-shirt part of it. Now we got the arms on each side. And then a line going down and a line going down there. There's his t-shirt that we can already be thinking of what kind of design or logo you might want to put on your t-shirt. That might be cool. So now we got the shirt. We can do some shorts. If you want to do a dress, I don't want to do a dress, but if you want to do a skirt and you're a girl, you can kind of do some lines going out and then connect it. You could do kind of a ruffle skirt, or you could do just a straight one, but I don't want to do a skirt on mine. That might look a little bit different, but I'm going to put some shorts. So I'm going to go line this way, and then a straight line, but don't connect it, and then a straight line over on this side, and then kind of a little peak in the middle, or an upside down V. And that would be my shorts. You could put some cargo shorts, you could put some little pockets. I'll put a little line for my pockets on there. And then he doesn't have any arms or legs now, but he's starting to look almost like a little Lego guy. I kind of say that this is kind of a little Lego figure versus kind of a stick person. So again, he does not look like a stick person, which is awesome. So then for my arms, I kind of do like an L, or like a backwards L. It goes down to the side. So one line and then the next line. Same thing over here. One line shorter and then a little bit longer over here. Kind of about to the shirt. And then the other line will be kind of the same but a little bit longer, because that's, you know, kind of the other side of the arm. So it goes a little bit shorter and then a little bit longer, and I kind of stop it right before I get to the shorts. So it's the same thing over here, a little bit longer than that bottom line, and then I kind of stop it right there. And the reason I stop it is almost like your hands are kind of on your hips. So I kind of do a little curve on there, and then a curve on there. And now we got to do the legs. Make sure you got room for your shoes down at the bottom on there. So I'll do a little leg over here. So straight line on this side, straight line on this side, straight line on this side, straight line on this side. About the same thickness, try to get about the same thickness onto the arms as the legs. And then for shoes. Shoes, obviously my favorite part of the whole design probably. You can do whatever kind of shoes you want. Girls, if you want to put heels or flats on there. I'll give my guys some high tops on here. So shoes, you can kind of have, as we talk about in my class, kind of have a flat back. So the flat sides, almost like the shoes are kind of pointing out to the side. You have kind of a flat back and some sort of flat bottom. Onto there, and then kind of curves up towards the top. So then it would curve kind of up to the top, curve up to the top. So now he's got like the shoe shape, and then you can start doing some different, you know, designs with your shoes. Like I said, I got some high tops on here. The more details, the more features that you put on all your stuff, the more realistic that it will look. But I'm gonna quick show you kind of a done version. I would have my kids then outline this in Sharpie. And then what I tell them is to leave this white, so not color this in, but then start the explosion part. And with the explosion part, whatever two colors that you want, they can be in the same color family, or they can kind of be opposites. So I'll do kind of maybe I'll do a warm one and a cool one. So whatever color that you have, try to keep your squiggles or zigzags kind of controlled, not just random, you know, on there, kind of keep it controlled. And then the other one will almost go right on top of that. So now I think I got a red here. This is a little different color. So now my red will kind of go right on top of that. Try not to keep too much white in between each of them. You don't want them like really spread out like that, because you already have. So you don't want this. You want it a little bit tighter or a little bit more together, because really your picture itself will be all white and then the background will be all color. So I'll give you another example. You can do them really, really tight. So you can do, and these lines will kind of go right around your person. So you can imagine that if I was, say, going around the head, you know, it would go really, really close, right around that. And you can always kind of fill it back in if you kind of miss a spot. But then you would kind of go around and just keep on going, kind of going back and forth. I'll show you a couple examples. I have mine. I did kind of almost a Bucks theme. Imagine that. I would do a basketball theme on my shirt. So I kind of went with that and kind of did the old school Bucks colors with purple and green. You can see I kind of switched it up. I went from kind of a thicker marker design, going really, really close up into here, even under the arms, under the feet, and that white kind of person just kind of pops out on there with leaving that without the color on there. And then I kind of did a green onto here. I kind of did a thin green around here, and then I kind of went back and forth, and I actually did my name kind of in a Bucks logo design up in the corner, which I thought was really cool. One of the ones I did before also is kind of this one. This was kind of more like the art hub for kids kind of style, but I really like the background in this because I think I did crayons with this one, and it kind of blended together a little bit different, but still you can kind of see the same thing where that person really pops out because they're left without coloring, and then the background is kind of that explosion. All right, so comment below on maybe the colors that you would use for your background. Give it a thumbs up. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, hit the like button down below. And as always, I am Mr. Schuette. This is Mr. Schuette's Art Channel, and we will talk to you guys later.